If you have a friend, coworker, child, student, or employee who has Asperger's, what do you need to know? Keeping a few things in mind will help a great deal when interacting with someone on the spectrum. My goal with part 2 of my series, Asperger's, The Journey to Understanding, is to state the differences and then how to move past them. I will share 5 main differences. First, someone with Asperger's will most likely have trouble with eye contact. If you notice when I'm recording my blogs, I often don't look at the camera. The same is true when I'm in conversation with someone. Eye contact can make someone with Asperger's uncomfortable. However, it doesn't mean they are being rude. As a matter of fact, if you can get past the fact they aren't looking at you directly, then they often have some very interesting things to say and want to be included in the conversation. A second difference you may notice is that someone with Asperger's doesn't always understand a joke or sarcasm. I know I tend to take things literally. It's one of the reasons why being around people, like during my work as a realtor, can be very tiring, since I don't always understand body language. It takes a great deal of effort because of this to follow a conversation. One of the important things a friend, employer, or parent to someone with Asperger's can do is understand that when we retreat to a quiet place, it's because we just need time to recharge. A third difference is the challenge to overcome a change in routine or expectation. I feel most comfortable when I know exactly what is going to happen and when. Any abrupt changes are difficult for me to adapt to. Sometimes if I encounter a new situation or one I am not sure how to handle, I feel panicky. I have learned that if I can't control the panic, I need to leave the situation. If you know someone with Asperger's who is in this situation and they have to go to a quiet place, definitely do not force them to stay in a situation that is causing the panic or meltdown. This would be a huge mistake. Next, avoid this in the future by being very clear in expectations of what will be happening in any given situation. A fourth difference is understanding personal space. Sometimes I've been told I stand too close or stand too far away. I may hug someone but may not like it when someone hugs me. It's important to understand that someone with Asperger's is uncomfortable with social interactions but wants to be sociable. For a parent, teacher, employer, social skills training can model the social skills that will make social interactions easier. Simply taking the time to explain what is expected in a typical social encounter can make all the difference. A fifth difference is sensory sensitivity. I have very sensitive hearing, smell, touch, and taste. Babies crying, the smell of bananas, and the texture of mashed potatoes are all things that are very disturbing to me. One of the most difficult situations for me was being in public school in the cafeteria with all the noise and confusion. You may notice a child putting their hands over their ears to shut out the noise. Of course, as an adult, I can't do that. But again, it would be best not to force a child with sensory issues to eat a particular food or do things such as hug a relative when they're reluctant. Especially for young children, this can all be very overwhelming. I hope these 5 points will help you in the next time you're interacting with someone with Asperger's. Don't forget, we're people just like everyone else, and understanding how we're wired differently can make all the difference. Stay tuned for part 3 of our series Asperger's, The Journey to Understanding.